So welcome back to the series. Today is episode. Is it 14? No. Yes, it is. Wait, is it? I don't know. But today we got a world war on our hands. As you can see, the world is completely divided. Yeah. So let's just get into it. First, we're gonna start over here in America. I just drew it. We're gonna start over here in America. As war over here broke out between Texas, the Hoosiers, and the Caribbean, and Florida, that type of thing. So the Hoosiers begin to kind of cut off this little fort they made up here, and like they attempt to invade it. It doesn't really work in their favor, but they do split them off. Down here, Texas is pushing back hard on them. This is a huge loss for them, and they're almost getting up to their border. Texas begins to push the the Florida country into like back over here near like Panama City. Yeah, they're cooked. I've got to turn on the cities. That's probably a smart thing to do. We do see the Caribbean country expand up here, and they slowly inch closer to Texas. They also cross over here. I don't know why that's not colored in. They get up here, and eventually Texas does meet up with them. And out of nowhere, Texas begins invading what the Caribbean team occupied, which probably goes against like some sort of like alliance they made with each other. But I mean, at this point, like the alliances that were here, where is it? These are mostly the circle team's definitely broken apart because like half of them are on different teams. So we probably see most of these alliances get broken apart. Now, luckily for the Caribbean team, like Texas can't get down to their valuable wins. They're only like targeting this area, but they do split it off surprisingly. And they kind of just start plowing down Caribbean troops. Not really troops, but like militias. They don't have like full on troops here. They make a landing over here, and at this point, basically, this whole area succeeds. But this allows a pushback up here, and they begin to invade back into Texas. Looks something like that. Now, Morocco, they are kind of alone. They need to get over to the orange team, because at that point they'll become like they're facing like the worst circumstances they can possibly be in. They're surrounded by the yellow team. The only person that like once America's done, right? Because it doesn't really matter who wins over here. Um, um, yeah, that's just okay. You know what? But as you can see, once America's done, and if the blue team wins over here, they can send some over to Morocco. But for now, they're alone. Now that is definitely not going to stop Morocco. They are one of the strongest in the world. Italy, yeah, they're gonna beat Italy in a one-on-one fight. It's not a one-on-one. No, I can't speak today. One-on-one fight with the yellow team. It's like it's like Italy. It's the Spanish country. Is it the Spanish country? Yeah, but I think they're good. I don't think Morocco would invade them because they made that little like alliance thing with these colonies down here. I think Morocco would let them slide right here. But yeah, on the yellow team, yeah, it's not looking good. The orange team also does some naval invasions, which causes basically the split of the yellow team. And they basically just go, hey, let's just divide up our occupation. So orange team will get that side, and Morocco will get that side. Morocco also, since this is happening, right? These guys, they're different sides, right? Yeah. All three of these, like the Hoosiers, the New York team, and Portugal, they're on different sides. They're probably fighting over here for this little Greenland right here. So that would probably cause them to be distracted. Now, I'm not saying they're going to get flat out invaded, but they're getting flat out invaded. Now, it's a tiny, they take a major city, right? They get up like halfway, and then they get halted pretty quickly. And they also begin to invade this green Spanish team. I don't even know why it exists. I think it's because some like breakaway. I think it was a breakaway from these three countries: Morocco, Spain, Portugal. I think that's just how it just came to be. But yeah, they're not surviving. They kind of cut across, reach the purple Spanish team, and yeah, it basically just falls apart. So yeah. Now the French team is scared because if Morocco manages to take out the Portugal team and they push them back, they basically get full control of Spain, and they don't know what this like purple Spanish team would do. So they do a decision to invade into the purple Spanish team, and it makes like sense because they think that they're gonna switch around in the middle of this war. Like Italy. Like every war they're in, they just switch sides, and it kind of just looks like this. The Spanish team, they're like, you know what? These guys, they're about to get flat out destroyed. So we might as well like run in. So they quickly run in, and they're able to take most of the land because these guys would rather fall to the Morocco than the French because they're scared of what the French would do to them. Okay, so now Spain's basically divided, and yeah, Morocco is probably gonna be able to kick Portugal out of this pretty quickly, and yeah, they're getting pushed hard towards the capital. Now Morocco's not invading into France right now. It kind of sounds like a non-aggression thing, like saying, "Hey, we're not gonna invade each other for now." And yeah, they're getting pushed back here, and a lot of these troops are getting pulled back. And this is during the time whenever they split this. So let me do like the split really quick, like something like this, and then and yeah, at this point they're pulling back all their troops, and it's kind of allowing the invasion of them. And yeah, they basically just take control over like the Hudson area. They take over this whole block of land over here. And yeah, this war is not going good for Portugal. They thought they could squeeze an easy win in the Americas, take over all this northern land. But now it's like, yeah, that's probably not happening. And by this point, these guys also begin to invade. And just to make it short and sweet, all that falls over. And these guys also make some naval landings over here. Now, a lot of these countries that are fighting each other actually have non-aggression pacts, saying like, "Yo, we won't invade you," So it's kind of not the whole world fighting, like different people fighting, like this right here. Morocco should be fighting France, but they're not. Now let's ignore all this and let's go over to Wait, let me look at the map right here. I don't think India would be fighting in Africa. I don't think they would fight. Yeah, let's just go over to India. Now, as you know, pretty humiliating for India here, but they are gonna make some great strides to try to take back their land. They do take back a couple major cities, and they kind of get stalemated, take another one, and it kind of just stops there. Up here, India is making great land, this is pretty good for the pink team. They are going across here, taking major cities. And at this point, it's like, okay, yeah, the blue team might lose this. But then we see the pink team's government, they collapse. And, yeah, we basically just see the pink team get squashed up. we see like this little rebellion begin over here near the capital because they're fighting for control of the government. We see like this like brown dark orange team begin to start having riots over here, and we see the dark pink team begin to throw riots. Now the pink team will force back this dark blue one, but they like the dark blue begins to just sprawl across India. This blue team, they kind of just, yeah, they just push them back up here. They don't want to go straight into like India's problems because they don't want to get involved in this. So they kind of like they pull back over here. That's what they do, and they just stay where they are. The brown team, yeah, let's just say India's just, you know, we know what's about to happen to the Indian team. Dark pink team, they kind of fight with the brown team for a little bit, and it's basically at this point the pink team realizes they are cooked. There's no recovering from this, so they're gonna retreat from areas and hold two different areas. They're gonna hold the main capital area, and they're gonna hold this like industrial major city area. So they do push back this. And the brown team comes down there. They're gonna hold out against all these teams. At this point, we basically start seeing these teams begin like uniting their troop forces against the pink team. Now we're gonna see the purple team over here. They're gonna be like, "Ooh, look at that land over there. Let's just swoop in and grab some." And their invasion is a little unexpected. They weren't expecting the purple team to get involved in a civil war in India. They didn't think the purple team was going to be that capable. I can't speak today. Yeah, they grabbed that land, and yeah, it's just to say, yeah, that's basically what happens right here. Moving on, we need to see the biggest front line in probably the whole war. It's Korea versus Japan. This is the unexpected war because they're on the same side. This northern island begins to get invaded. This basically starts the war. We also see this like China area of the purple team get invaded, and they take a major city and then kind of like split off this side, and that causes that to fall. Now, as they're getting over here and taking this major city, we see the Japanese country begin to invade the Korean peninsula, which is like the main point of Korea. I mean, obviously, someone invading Korea and your name's Korea, yeah, that's obviously going to be the most important. And they take the northern half. I wonder where I've seen I wonder where I've seen this before. Oh. There's definitely not a map flashing on screen that's showing exactly what I'm thinking of. That just would never happen. But yeah, they begin to invade down here, and they're getting pretty close to the capital city. Now, Korea is still making huge strides over here and begin to reach the other side of where Korea is. And they do take a major city, which is kind of like a main point of like supplies, which kind of limits this. They do pull out a little bit up to this area, and they use those troops to gain back this front line. And they start threatening this major city again. Now we need to talk about the most important part of this, which is not this. That's surprising. It's not this front line. It's this front line up here. And I need to show you something really quick. As you can see on this alliance scale, in this area there's tons of dictatorships, tons of communists, and well, that basically judges this whole front line, as you can see. And the first one to make move is the Russian team. They go over here. They basically cut off this I don't know what this would be. Would this be Poland? This is like what is it? Baltic Sea like Union or something. Like, I don't know. Baltic's like Baltic country. It's just such a big country and it's like different things and it's kind of hard to judge what it is. But they do start like down here in Poland, so I'm gonna say like Baltic Poland country. They just took a major city. I don't know why we're focusing on the name. And they begin to get really close to these major cities in Estonia, and begins like doing the first. I think this is the first time we've seen like an actual spearhead. Yeah, they start to spearhead down to this, as a big force also begins to come down here, and eventually we just see this whole area fall. We also see the Russian team invade into this light green team, and the only reason they do that is because it's so close to the capital. They don't want a country this close. So all it takes is one great counteroffense, and they get there pretty quick. This whole front line, the green team was unaware that they were invading at this fast of a pace into the light green team. It's only once they reached down here to this major city that they realized that, yo, literally half of this country's already invaded. Well, the green team over here, instead of actually helping, they kind of just like, I mean, they helped them, but they kind of just like do their own little invasion to distract the blue team. And yeah, it's going pretty good for the green team over here. Now over here we have the dictator country, the original one. And they're still not. I don't know why they haven't learned the lesson. Fighting the green team is like the worst thing you could do in this scenario. And yeah, they're cooked. Now over here, I forgot. I need to kind of see because this is where it gets complicated. Is this area right here? Okay, yeah, they're all blue. The gray team is going to do an operation on the purple team. Cause the purple team decides, yeah, let's get it to another war. It's not like we just lost one, like literally, like yesterday. And yeah, it's pretty safe to say that the dictator country falls. Now an interest. Oh. It's interesting to say because the red team's on the same side as the dictatorship, which is kind of weird because if we look at like the alliance scale, their democracy and dictatorship are the opposite. Like democracy is closer to communism. So it's like, why are these like the unlikely scenarios teaming up? It's safe to say that like literally no one knows. Probably just uniting gets the monarchs right now because the monarchs are getting too strong. Now over here, dark green team, and the hints of a huge war. They're gonna do something surprising, and they're gonna switch sides to be with. Oh, I don't know who they would join, the red or the blue. I would guess the red. I'm thinking. Yeah, I would guess but they wouldn't want to get invaded by Morocco, so they'd probably actually pick the blue team. And then that basically just like, because there's different sides to this fight. Like, who wants to stay on the yellow team? Who wants to be with the red team? And we basically see a civil war happen. And as you can see, the country is completely gone into civil war. Now, India, this is probably the first time we would actually get involved, because now that there's not a monarch threat up here, and it's most likely that the blue team is going to win this war. I mean, in the first couple of days, we see the blue team basically rock the couple of teams here. Mostly the Moroccan team. They don't really go after the red team right now. But now there's not really a monarch threat to the north of them. They could focus on the monarch threat to the south of them. And I don't know why this area right here, this brown team should have been labeled blue team. But the pink team is going to invade these countries. And it basically starts with this French country. Yeah, the French country, they don't really hold significance except for up here. But that's the only area they hold significance in. And yeah, we basically see these fall over pretty quick. We also see the invasion of the British team, and it kind of stalemates pretty quickly up in this area because this is one of the more, like, yeah, this is one of their greater areas. Let's go down here where it's a little bit different, and yeah, I don't know why the English wouldn't be holding this as well as they should be, because this is actually more valuable than their Ethiopian colony. And we basically see naval landings, and it doesn't look good. And we basically just see this whole colony fall over, and we see all the southern area fall over. Now, realistically, they wouldn't go after, what you call it? They wouldn't go after Portugal, would they? Yeah, they wouldn't go over there because they know Morocco would like that, and you know they're pretty nice guys. Oh, also the pink team, yeah, okay, that should have been pretty obvious. And as you can see, the pink team is slowly starting to dominate the southern part of the continent. We do see this team. I don't really want to map out this middle of nowhere land, so they kind of just run in and just occupy different areas. They also get them sea access to both sides. And Morocco's starting to come down here, and yeah, the Portuguese colonies, they're about to get cooked. I mean, we basically just see like a little invasion up here. We see them kind of follow a route over here. They take that, and yeah, that basically just means both these colonies just got cooked. And Morocco also, Morocco invades this colony over here. And yeah, we basically see basically the whole, like, basically the collapse of, you know, monarchism in Africa. And we see this democratic country run in, and this is basically the whole supply route of this. So yeah, speaking of the blue country over here, yeah, they're kicking back the monarch thing over here. They basically chase them back all the way to like their embassy thing over here or whatever, and yeah. And then we see the red team in one fall. And yeah, the civil war in this country is gone. See, now I'm looking at it, it's like insane that this happened in just a couple of, you know, whatever. And now that the green team over here is getting funded, the British realize how cooked their colony is over here. Because the purple team up here also begins to invade into their colony, and now they realize, okay, yeah, they are screwed. So they pull back as quick as they can. And we basically see their colony get divided up like this. Now this is about the time that the pink team collapses here. So the pink team just says, you know what? Like, these lands are ours anymore. So, you know, you can, like, take them. So yeah, they basically abandon all of their actual colonies besides the Madagascar one. And yeah, we don't know what's going to happen here now because, you know, they're not a major superpower. Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, I don't know why we let this happen. So the purple team has just basically controlled all of, like, literally half of the continent now. That's probably not a good sign. That does distract them from this front line, though. And a major pushback is happening near the Mesopotamian River or whatever, Tigris, Euphrates, I don't know. And we see them cut off this little strip of land right here. The red team, you know, they don't want to fight the green team, so like, okay, you know what? We'll make a deal with you, right? It's basically, I can have this back, you can occupy this, and we won't fight each other because I don't really want to fight you. And like, yeah, we'll accept that deal. Now there's a little like firm thing at the bottom that said, you know, hey, once we're done with these guys, we can go up and invade you really quick. They were like, okay, you want sign? They didn't read all of it for some reason. They're pretty dumb for not reading that, and that could lead to their downfall. Over here in Persia, okay, that's looking pretty. I think they might recover. I mean, okay, yeah, okay. I mean, there's still like a chance. Okay, so the red team realizes they're cooked. Their one ally in this just like yeah they just collapsed. Red team would get this back though, so maybe that'll help a little bit. They go and invade this, not like occupy this. Now with the red team not having Persia or the pink team helping them anymore, they're beginning to realize this war is it's not looking good for them at all. Now these they do slowly push them back, but it's not going to be quick enough. And over here, we see the terrorist country continue to bombard. Remember, they were still invading all this time. They stopped only to like come together for the Sigil team, which that's gone now, and they're right back to where they began. And it's not looking good at all. We're basically seeing full on like the country's just destroyed at this point. Green team over here, they begin doing whatever over here, and the country slowly falls. It's like the purge. Like this country's just falling apart. Like everything in this country is falling apart, and their capital city gets threatened. Then it gets surrounded. It gets surrounded, and yeah, this is done for. It's very unlikely that the blue team even gets to have a chance to recover from this. Now, one big savior for them that will allow them to survive is that the green team begins to fight them as well, but it just becomes like a back and forth thing. And eventually, the capital city is taken over, and at this point, it looks like the blue team is going to lose this war. The only real gains were in Africa, but even then, most of their gains just got taken over by the purple team. The orange team they begin an offensive, but the red team they don't believe that they're gonna win this war. Now they're gonna hold out, yes, but they've lost all hope to win this. I mean, the orange team does do pretty good over here, and the red team decides to do a Hail Mary, and they say, "Bring most of our troops are supposed to be on this front line if some fail, because they gotta replace some like the units. They're like taking all of them and shut up, and they're moving them into Africa. And if this front line begins to falter, it is over for the red team." But they think this is the only scenario to help them. And the red team troops land here. The purple team's not expecting a red team troop landing, and it's starting to look really good for the red team. And they're running through, they're running through the back roads, running through the main cities. It's looking good for them. This is finally a turnaround for them. But that's when, back in the capital city, something happens. The president, he's giving an address to the nation, saying that they can come back from this war. They're going to make it and survive this war. But then all of a sudden, a light flashes in the sky, getting brighter and brighter. And then a meteor strikes the capital. This shocks the world. No one was prepared for any country leader to die in this war. It was unconventional to kill a country leader. So they weren't expecting any deaths of any major countries. But with this meteor landing in the middle of the red team is surprising. It's like the world just stops for a moment. everyone stops. And eventually this was a radioactive meteor. It had radioactive material. It begins to affect these major cities, make them uninhabitable. Eventually, the red team, they basically restrict all this land from the red team, or any team. Matter of fact, this is an infected zone. No one should be living here. This is radioactive, whatever. And the country leader dying from this. It's like the world is getting rocked by events that no one can explain. Meteors landing in the ocean, meteors landing on the capital cities. Like people is thinking that there's stuff floating in space. It's the world can't understand it. The world just stops. They just completely whatever. But that will do it for this episode. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. There's gonna be a post-credit scene here in a second. The world is the world's rocked. This world war is affecting the whole world. Obviously, but not to any circumstances that anyone could have understood. Like, normal citizens are affected in their everyday life. Almost every single citizen. But if you did enjoy that, make sure to like and subscribe. It will help me, make this series way better than the low quality it already is. And, yeah. I'll see you in the next episode, which will end the world of the war. What?